All right, we got the story from the National Review. The American people won. Biden celebrates Inflation Reduction Act as market plummets over August inflation news.
Oh boy.
So I don't know if they have photos, but you get they have all these people celebrating on the White House lawn. They're like, the Inflation Reduction Act, we did it. Meanwhile, everybody else on the internet is like, oh, take a look at that.
Oh, what is that?
Finn Twit,
crap.
what is this? All Things Finance tweets, this is not a cryptocurrency. It's the U.S. stock market. Oh, man. And I don't even think that's the worst. That just shows like a 100-point fall off. The story from MarketWatch is the Dow Jones books near 1,300-point drop as stocks record worst day since June 2022. So bravo, Joe Biden. He's celebrating as everything's burning down around him.
This reminds me of that George Bush mission accomplished meme where he's standing on the aircraft carrier. It's like day 3 after the war on terror begins. And then, of course, it went on for 20 years.
This is a good one that Luke posted.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I couldn't resist reposting it. But another thing we should really consider here is that a stock market is not the real kind of effect of an economy. The stock market is artificially inflated with the Federal Reserve printing money and giving it to many of these Wall Street companies. So even with the bailouts that were secretly given by the Federal Reserve to Wall Street, we're still seeing extremely negative impacts. And what we're seeing on the streets of the United States is way worse than what we're seeing on Wall Street. And these numbers, 8.3%, I mean, that's nothing compared to what you see out there in the real world, what you see out there in the grocery stores, and what you see out there with people and their rents.
Yeah, Ian brought something up before the show because we often talk about where all the workers at, and then Ian was like, they're homeless.
The homeless population is exploding right now, at least from what I've been learning about Los Angeles. Like you're from Los Angeles.
It's massive out there. I've been there my whole life in the suburbs of Los Angeles or in Los Angeles. And I was just telling you guys, I was saying earlier that we went to a play recently and we got off the freeway. First person we see is a naked person standing on a corner. Her breasts, and I was stunned how bad the homeless problem had gotten in Los Angeles, and it's more than just the weather. Florida doesn't have this same issue. I think has a lot to do with the ideology, a lot to do with rehab centers, using Obamacare and loopholes in Obamacare to bring patients out. But it's just gotten to a point where people just step over it now. They don't even think much about it, and it's a sad state of being. If you go over to the VA area over by UCLA, this is like one of the richest enclaves of Los Angeles. It's right there in Beverly Hills, and just tent after tent just going down the street outside the VA. And Los Angeles, the Los Angeles crowd just doesn't care much about it. They look the other way.
Even here, I was in town today. We don't have a big town where we live.
Which town? There's a couple.
The one out
West Virginia.
Yeah, in West Virginia, in Charlestown. And there's a homeless guy there.
Yep.
I never seen a homeless guy there, but he had a sign saying, "I don't want your money. I want a job." So seeing stuff like that, seeing people impacted so horribly, so negatively, and these people are celebrating, these people are giving victory speeches, these people are having musicians come to the White House lawn and play music and act like they did something great for the people. It's just such a smack in the face for anyone paying attention.
They live in a bubble.